Hey, what's up guys, it's Theo from Fino Concept. So this is a review of the Techno Spark 4 coming in around 600 Ghana cedis, well 590 to be exact. Is it worth your money? Well, let's find out. For the design, we have a single firing speaker, a micro USB charging port, a single microphone for mono audio recording, and a 3.5mm headphone jack at the bottom. The left has the SIM and SD card slot. The volume rockers are on the right and a power button just beneath it. And the front-facing camera at the center of this water drop display. Speaking of the display, it's a 60Hz IPS LCD screen at 6.52 inches. Also 720 by 1600 pixels, but it has a 20:9 aspect ratio with 269 ppi density. Now this is quite okay given the fact that the Infinix Hot 8 Lite, the Infinix S5 or the Techno Camera 12 I did a review about, you can find the links in the description below, are all using the exact same display as this one. And you are still getting it for a lower price. For the specs, we are looking at a MediaTek MT6761 Helio A22 clocked in at 1.8 GHz for the CPU and a PowerVR GE8320 for the GPU, all running on Android 9.0 Pie and Tecno's own High OS 5.5. There's a 32 gigs of internal storage and 2 gigs of RAM with dual nano SIM support and a massive 4000 mAh non-removable battery. These are not the most powerful specs in the world, but for light gaming sections, it will handle them quite well. Just don't get too excited and try to run PUBG or Fortnite on it. And the 2 gigs of RAM is not enough to keep multiple apps or games in the background. So that's something you should take note of. At the back is the fingerprint sensor and a triple camera setup with dual LED flash. I must say, I love the royal and sea blue gradient finish. It's still plastic though, but doesn't get too slippery. The fingerprint sensor is not the fastest and fails to recognize my finger a lot, even when it is directly on it. There's also an option for face unlock feature, but like I always say, with Infinix and Techno, please don't trust them. In fact, don't use them at all. Now on the subject of the camera, please don't let the triple camera setup hype and name fool you. The main camera is an 8 megapixel lens and some extra 2 lenses for the depth and the micro camera. I couldn't find the exact megapixel count for both of the extra lenses, but my guess is we have a 2 megapixel for the depth camera and a 0.3 for the micro camera. Honestly speaking, the 2 extra lenses are just trash. I think Techno only added this because they wanted to call it a triple camera setup, and most people are also concerned with how many cameras they have on their phone, so that is why they will want to go for this. And if you take a closer look, you can see that the lenses are so small and insignificant. They are much like the cameras you get when you buy a 50 Ghana cedis Yam or China phone. Those tiny cameras you get on them, which absolutely, that is what we are also getting on this. Well, a little bit higher than that. The pictures from the main lens are super wide at 20:9 full screen and slightly overexposed too. The colors are not so ideal for me and I feel like the image looks flat. Closer shots looks better in bokeh mode, but for black objects, there will always be some form of underexposed shadows. Recording videos is at 1080p 30 frames per second, and this is how it looks and sounds like.
Alright, so those of you interested in how the video quality is, I guess it's okay. I mean, I'm not really expecting so much for Infinix or Techno. I keep saying this in my videos, but they are pretty cheap, so anyone who is looking for an affordable phone to buy can also buy one. And you can see that there's no form of image stabilization, so as long as I am moving, there's always going to be shake in the video. Sorry about that.
For the selfie camera, we are also getting an 8 megapixel sensor, which is okay if you are taking selfies and you are not moving as much. But if there's any tiny movement or jitters, it is going to be noticeable, as you can see in this image. It also comes with some funny filters in case you are into that. The front-facing camera also records at 1080p 30 fps, and this is how it looks and sounds like.
Right, so those of you also interested in the front-facing camera, this is how it looks like. And obviously, you see that my background is completely over. My Techno Spark 4. my background is completely overexposed and it is not compensating for that. That's quite unfortunate. Anyway, you can see it looks better when I turn my face towards the sun. I can't be looking at the sun all the time. So yeah, that's quite unfortunate with this.
Right out of the box, you get this nice cover case, which is my favorite. No, not because it is red and black, even though I like the color choice, but the texture feels like leather and it makes the phone much grippy and doesn't slip out of your hand as often. So yeah, there aren't so many things I like about the phone besides the fact that we have 4G connectivity and dual nano SIM support without sacrificing a micro SD card. I think that's about it. And oh, the shortcut for recent app is also nice, but then again, there are third-party apps that can do the exact same thing, so it's not a huge deal. So onto the things I don't like. Well, the phone doesn't support OTG, so you can't have a cable and connect an external controller or an external mouse and try to use it on the phone. Even for pen drives, you still can't connect it because it doesn't support them. And the high OS isn't the smoothest skin for the Android devices. I feel it lags a lot even when you are using it without so many apps in the background. And if that is not enough, it also comes with a lot of pre-installed bloatware applications which are quite annoying. It also comes with some annoying ads on the system apps and the operating system itself. I've said this in most of the Techno and Infinix reviews I have done. So yeah, if you like the previous reviews of the Techno and Infinix devices I've done so far, then I'm very sure you are going to like this one as well, because this one is much cheaper than any of them, and I think it's okay. In case you don't mind the bloatware that is also going to come with the phone, then you can pretty much just go along with this. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and our other channels which I have them linked below, and as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Techno Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.